I drove the car out of the yard, and Stephanie's mother-in-law inquired, "Where are you going, son-in-law?" "Is it far?" Stephanie's mother-in-law is twice my age, yet remains an attractive woman. She divorced her alcoholic husband, who now lives with her mother. No one to bother him now. I told her I was going to town on business. She then offered me some money, mentioning that she needed to make a purchase as well. I suggested she go and buy what she needed, as I would have more time to buy what I needed. She agreed, but asked me to wait a little while she changed her clothes. My mother-in-law quickly changed, and we went. Stephanie's mother-in-law was at the market buying all kinds of things, from clothes to groceries. And I have already bought everything I need, and I'm sitting in the car, and she only manages to carry bags filled with food to the car. Did you, mother-in-law, decide to buy up the whole market? When will I ever come here again? But I need everything. If you'd told me what you needed, you'd have gone a long time ago. I didn't want to bother you. We bought some things, loaded everything into the car, and set off. Talking about different topics, we shared funny stories with each other. I remembered an old joke about a chauffeur giving a hitchhiker a ride, which Stephanie's mother-in-law understood and laughed, expressing her desire to experience it for herself. "Don't be afraid, mother-in-law. I won't drive you into the bushes." "Why, am I not young and attractive enough for you?" "You have nothing to worry about. You're perfectly fine." "Well, son-in-law, then take me to the bushes in the woods. Stephanie, what are you up to?" And she laughed. "Are you scared, son-in-law?" Nevertheless, we all laughed together, and I thought that was the end of it. But my mother-in-law suddenly said, "Come on, son-in-law, quickly turn to the bushes. I need to go to the toilet." I barely had time to turn off the car before my mother-in-law jumped out of it and hurried to the bushes to relieve herself. I stood there, enduring the scorching heat. Finally, my mother-in-law and I decided to escape the heat and quench our thirst by going into the woods. Not far away, we found a lush green lawn surrounded by beauty and shade. As we walked, I hugged my mother-in-law as she seemed a little wobbly on her feet. I took her to the lawn where we set up. As soon as my mother-in-law lay down on the grass, I looked at her and immediately sensed that the situation was about to take a turn for the worse. I lay down next to her, and from that moment, everything unfolded like in a thrilling German movie. There we had a pleasant rest, recovering our strength in the shade with my mother-in-law. Having cleaned up, we returned home feeling satisfied. Upon arrival, I told my wife about our wonderful trip, and she had no suspicions. After this trip, our relationship with my mother-in-law had become somewhat strained, which was understandable given everything that had happened. We just tried to act as if nothing had happened. However, one day, while sitting with my mother-in-law and having a drink, we happened to reminisce about what had happened. Despite these random memories, our relationship with my mother-in-law remains great no matter what.